Did you know your triceps make up roughly 70% of your arm size? That's right. The muscle everyone treats like an accessory is literally the difference between looking average and looking jacked. Everyone's chasing peak biceps, but real arm mass lives in the back of your arm. And yet, most people still butcher their biceps training. They pick the wrong exercises, rush through half reps, and then wonder why their shirts still fit the same. So today, we're ranking the most popular triceps exercises, from the ones that actually build slabs of muscle to the ones that are just elbow pain with extra steps. Same classic tier list, S to D, but this time, we're breaking it down with updated biomechanics, new research, and real gym floor experience. Let's see which triceps moves actually build mass and which ones belong in the trash bin. We'll start strong with the skull crusher, the old school mass builder everyone's either afraid of or obsessed with. This exercise hits all three triceps heads, especially the long head. The secret? Lower the bar behind your head, not to your forehead. That change gives you a deeper stretch and better muscle activation. But here's why it lands in A tier. It's one of the best builders out there when done perfectly. But if your form slips, your elbows will revolt. The stretch is gold for growth, but the risk is high if you ego lift. Control the negative, feel that tension, and this becomes your arm-size cheat code. It's not quite S tier because of that injury risk, but done right, it's a masterpiece. Pro tip, throw in an incline bench variation sometimes. It changes the angle and lights up the long head like a Christmas tree. Next up, the dumbbell overhead extension, the skull crusher's cousin. It looks simple, but here's the deal. The tension is solid and the stretch is fantastic, but it puts your elbows in a pretty unforgiving position if you're not built for it. We're ranking it B tier, and here's why. Great activation, yes, but too much pressure on the joints. It's a solid move in theory, but there are safer ways to get the same results. Think of it as a good, not great triceps option. Use it when you want variation. Now the real king, the cable overhead extension. If you've ever wondered what exercise gives your triceps that long, full look, this is it. Training the long head in a fully stretched position creates the most growth stimulus possible, and cables give you constant tension through the whole range. This one's S tier, no question. Why? Because it nails biomechanics perfectly. You get the stretch, the squeeze, and zero joint pain. It's like skull crushers without the elbow hangover. Lean forward a bit, keep your elbows locked, and separate the rope at the bottom like you're trying to split it in half. That's where the magic happens. Comment below, are you team cable or team dumbbell? Let's see which camp wins. Now let's talk about the closed grip bench press. Every lifter thinks this is the holy grail for triceps, and they're half right. It's powerful, it builds pressing strength, and it's great for overall size, but not pure isolation. Here's why it's B tier. Yes, it hammers the triceps, but it also recruits a ton of chest and shoulder. If your goal is to build arms, this is a secondary move, not the main event. Use it for compound strength, not detailing. Still, it's a great tool in your arsenal. Every big bencher has strong triceps. This is how they got there. Now the dips. The classic ego move. Done right, it's one of the most effective triceps builders in existence. Done wrong, it's a fast track to shoulder surgery. We're calling it B tier, and here's why. Dips train your triceps through a big range and let you overload easily, but they're unforgiving on the joints if your form's off. Keep your torso upright, elbows tucked, and move under control. If you start leaning forward, you've just turned it into a chest workout. It's a great strength builder, but not the safest isolation tool. Pro tip, try pause dips. 1 second hold at the bottom. It's humbling, but your triceps will thank you. Next, the diamond push-up. Don't sleep on this one. For a bodyweight move, it slaps. It's an excellent control and pump builder, especially for home workouts or burnout sets. We're ranking it B tier because it's accessible, joint-friendly, and great for beginners, but it tops out fast. Once you're strong enough to rep 30 of these, you've outgrown them. Still, they're worth keeping in the mix for active recovery or those no gym days. Then we've got the machine triceps press, the smooth criminal of the triceps world. The movement path is stable, the tension is constant, and you can push to failure safely. It's A tier, and here's why. Biomechanically efficient, easy on the joints, and great for overload. Beginners learn elbow positioning fast, and advanced lifters can hammer volume without worrying about form breakdown. It's not S tier because machines don't allow as much natural movement, but it's a top-tier choice for safely frying your triceps at the end of a push day. Now we've got bench dips, and I'll be honest, these are the exercise equivalent of clickbait. They look harmless, feel easy, and give you a good short-term pump, but the risk-to-reward ratio is awful. Your arms are forced behind your body, jamming your shoulders into an unnatural position that screams rotator cuff nightmare. That's why this one's sitting at D tier. Sure, your triceps will burn, but so will your joints. There are just too many better options to justify the risk. If you're doing these in your home workouts, stop. Your elbows will send you hate mail later. Speaking of bad angles, let's talk about line crossover extensions, one of those flashy TikTok exercises that looks cooler than it feels. On paper, it seems like a creative twist on extensions. In reality, it's awkward, unstable, and the tension disappears halfway through. We're throwing this straight into D tier, and here's why. The tension profile is terrible, the setup is clunky, and the payoff isn't worth the effort. If you want an arm pump that actually builds muscle, there are a dozen better choices waiting for you in this video. This one, straight up gym floor folklore. Now, we're back at the top with an absolute staple, the triceps pushdown. Rope, V-bar, straight bar, it doesn't matter. This movement is the bread and butter of every great arm routine. Why? It hits both the long and lateral heads in perfect alignment with your elbow joint, meaning you get great activation with minimal joint stress. You can easily manipulate the angles, attachments, and tempos to keep growing for years without ever dropping it from your plan. That's why it's solid S tier. Biomechanically sound, endlessly versatile, and completely idiot-proof. The rope version gives the best range and squeeze. The V-bar lets you go heavy and stable. You'll never outgrow pushdowns, and that's what makes them elite. And hey, if you're finding this breakdown helpful, hit the like button. It helps the channel reach more lifters who are tired of wasting time on garbage movements. Next up, the dumbbell kickback. Let's be real, this one's more for the mirror than the muscle. You only get serious tension at the very top of the rep, and the second that dumbbell drops a few degrees, your triceps clock out. We're ranking it C tier, and here's why. It's decent for mind-muscle connection, but not for mass. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, it just doesn't give you enough time under tension where it counts. Use it as a finisher if you want that pump selfie moment, but don't expect serious gains. Now, the glow-up version, the cable kickback. Same idea, but with one key difference, constant tension. Unlike dumbbells, the cable never lets the muscle rest. That's why it's jumping up to S tier. The resistance curve actually matches your strength curve, meaning your triceps are working hard from start to finish. Keep your elbow frozen in place, move slowly, and drive your pinky up at the end. You'll feel that deep, controlled burn that makes you question your life choices, in a good way. It's the perfect finisher for shaping that horseshoe look. Now onto a move not enough people even know about, the crossbody cable extension. This is one of those if you know exercises that hits the long head perfectly and helps fix imbalances between arms. We're ranking it A tier, and here's why. Biomechanically, it puts your arm in a slightly adducted position, emphasizing the long head stretch and contraction. Translation: more balanced, defined triceps. Keep your elbow tucked tight and pull slowly. Control is everything here. It's not an ego lift, it's a sculptor's tool. Speaking of sculpting, let's talk about the elevated bench cable extension. This is the secret weapon, the move most lifters haven't tried but absolutely should. It's basically the marriage of skull crushers and cables. Deep stretch from one, perfect tension from the other. This lands in S tier GOAT territory, and here's why. It trains the triceps through both lengthened and contracted phases without ever dropping tension. It feels awkward the first time you set it up, but once you find the angle, it's like you unlocked a cheat code. Every rep floods your arms with constant pressure, and the pump feels like your skin is shrinking. This exercise alone could replace half the triceps machines in your gym. The triceps extension machine. You know the one collecting dust in the corner of every gym? Yeah, that one. We're ranking it C tier, and here's why. While the idea is fine, the fixed path often forces your elbows into unnatural movement. It's not terrible, it's just not optimal. Machines are great for stability, but this one limits your natural elbow tracking, which reduces long head activation. Use it if you're rehabbing, fatigued, or want a stable finisher at the end of a brutal push day, but don't rely on it for serious mass. Here's the truth. You don't need 20 fancy triceps exercises to grow your arms. You need the right ones done with intent. The S and A tiers, those are your money makers. They give you stretch, tension, and joint safety. the perfect recipe for growth. The B tiers build your strength base. The C and D tiers, they're the distractions that keep most lifters stuck in pump but no progress purgatory. If this helped, wait till you see the next video. It's right there, and it's even better.